Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Laffy Tunes. Here are aggressive animation 10 violent cartoons that actually work. Number 10, Metalocalypse. This beloved Adult Swim animation has gained a cult following and avid fan base, clamoring for more content since the show's disappointing cancellation in 2015. Brilliantly and crudely parodying the metal genre and culture surrounding it, Metalocalypse used a somewhat familiar style of humor with an entirely new and creative premise. Just like violence is often featured as a primary subject of the metal genre, it, of course, has to be represented here, playing off of and making fun of the very tropes that give the metal genre the very aesthetic it has.
Hey, Chief, this stuff good for soup? No.
Number 9, Family Guy. Taking the classic sitcom parodying formula from The Simpsons and amping up the shock value and number of cultural references, Family Guy, by its very nature, needed to be chock full of violent cutaways and visual gags. The show certainly capitalized off the theme too, becoming a mega hit even after an initial cancellation and maintaining relevancy today.
Everything. I bet you could even get one of those gay mailboxes.
Hello, right here. Yeah, just right here. Just go ahead and...
Number 8, Aqua Teen Hunger Force. If there was ever a show to truly represent the Adult Swim network from the style, humor, crudeness, the very nature of the channel itself, Aqua Teen would be a dead ringer for the top spot. The epitome of dry, nonsensical, and retro-scripted late-night stoner comedy, Aqua Teen was one of the Adult Swim's longest-running and most popular shows for years, leading the way and inspiring more shows in terms of both animation and writing.
Goodbye, Carl. Goodbye.
Number 7, Rick and Morty. As you probably already guessed by now, this list features a lot of entries from the Adult Swim channel, and with good reason, as Adult Swim is one of the leading sources for adult animation and therefore a large chunk of comedic violence. One of the most modern and successful examples of the genre is the current hit show Rick and Morty, a madly clever and nihilistic show about a giant granddad and grandson.
It's called Carpe Diem, Morty. Look it up.
You look it up. You don't even know what it means.
That's because loser.
Number 6, The Powerpuff Girls. Moving on to a show geared towards children, and very prolific one at that, the Powerpuff Girls made waves for many reasons, using a set of cool and simple characters, familiar animation, and unexpected violence to bring boys and girls alike together, creating what is possibly one of the mixed demographics in all the kids' shows. Powerpuff Girls was not only incredibly successful, but it managed to sell violence to boys and girls, and even show blood in a children's show, something that was, and still is, uncommon. Number 5, Beavis and Butthead. Now to an animated comedy that isn't from Adult Swim and its seemingly endless list of adult shows, but instead MTV, perhaps the first network to actually push adult animation at all back in the 90s, and some creative animation at that, Beavis and Butthead was one of the first big adult animations. And while the show didn't rely on violence at all, it was peppered in just right, not overwhelming the show but complementing its stupid and dim-witted humor.
Chicks for me.
Number 4, The Simpsons. What is the most prolific adult animated show to ever be created? There is really only one answer, and without it, we may not even have this list. The Simpsons. Currently running and crushing records left and right for its astounding length, Simpsons was far ahead of its time with lewd and clever humor, cultural references, and a sitcom parodying format that would be copied for years to come.
Hello?
Lisa, it's me. I'm in trouble.
Calm down, Dad. What happened?
A cow took my iPod.
Number 3, Dragon Ball Z. When it comes to iconic violence, Dragon Ball Z is a given. The show's name itself is practically a synonym for fight. Now, while this list could easily be filled with anime given their commonly violent nature, it's fair to say many, or maybe even the most violent anime, would have never achieved the levels of fame they did if it weren't for the incredibly massive hit that Dragon Ball Z was. Over-the-top mountain-smashing, gravity-defying, bloody, godlike battles were the main game in DBZ, and it served well. Number 2, South Park. OMG, you killed Kenny, you bastards. This is a line you've probably heard a dozen times and maybe even a sequence you've played out in many extravagant ways. As one of the show's main protagonists, Kenny is killed, only to be brought back in the next episode with no explanation needed, classic jokes like this became a staple of the early and still going adult hit. Number 1, Super Jail. What if you made an eye-opening, gruesomely complex, equally interesting visual explosion and barrage of in-depth violence, all wrapped into horrific montage of chaos? Well, then you'd get Adult Swim's trippy and hellish show, Super Jail. Being one of the most violent shows on TV is a feat, but being one of the most violent shows on Adult Swim is a whole other feat in itself. Being able to maintain a constant flow and hold the audience's interest in every episode, however, is a feat that makes this show a truly visual experience.
I tried to stop. Hello, young lovers. Just thought I'd pop in and give my blessings on your...
This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.